Oh, where do I begin? I mean, like you said, there was an era through all those eras. You know what I mean? I loved working with guys like Mr. Perfect. I liked working with guys like, uh, obviously Steve Austin, John Cena, the Rock. Eddie Guerrero was just a special talent. I loved working with him and Rey Mysterio, and especially Eddie when he did. Uh, you know what? Maybe I will. I'll pick Eddie because as you can see on the
I
background
see the
here.
picture back there.
Yeah, that's Eddie and I had a special relationship, and yeah, so I had a small, tiny little hand in bringing those four guys over from WCW back in the day. There was a wrestling program up here called um, oh my goodness, I can't remember the name, but Jeff Merrick was they had a wrestling show up here in Canada. They were big things, and he calls me one day and he says, "Hey Jimmy, do you think the WWE would be interested in four guys from WCW that want to leave?" And it was back then rumored that Eddie, Chris, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn wanted to leave. I said, I can't tell you for sure if there's interest, but I could find out. So I called Michael Hayes, who was working for the office at the time. I said, Michael, would there be interest? He says, "Oh, of course there is. Have your buddy call me." So I relayed the message, and next thing you know, there they go. So I was kind of like a help transition, anyways.
Of
Make the
course.
connection, so to speak. So I like taking a little bit of credit, anyways.
Take it. Take it. Without that phone call to
but
you, there is no phone call to Doc Hendricks, Mike
yeah,
Blaze. So
but to answer your question, man, I loved working with Eddie, and one of the things he helped me do too is to, they'd be going over a match, and I'd be listening to it, and he'd see, and he'd look over. He goes, "Okay, what's going on?" I said, "What?" He says, "I could see something popped in your head, an idea." I said, "Yeah, but it's your match. I don't." No, 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 no. You go ahead. You're part of this match too. He made me. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He made me feel well. So every once in a while, I'd throw out an idea, and a couple of times it got used, and it was like, I felt like I was contributing more than just being a part of a match, helping them tell their story, which is what a referee does.
Right,
He
right.
helps the talent tell their story. You're not the story.
So with Eddie Guerrero being able to see your mind working in front of you, are other wrestlers not open to ideas from a professional referee like yourself, or they're just some people are very open to the idea and some are like, don't even talk to me?
No, I guess there's some, but at the same time, you know, uh, some of them don't even bother asking the ref. But there
Mm,
are some that say, we don't want to bury the ref in this situation. So, hey, what can you be doing here? How can we do this, or something like along those lines? You know what I mean?
yeah. Because I know over the years, it felt like when I was growing up watching wrestling, it felt like referees, their names were part of the character. Jimmy Korderas, Mike Chioda, Earl Hebner. These names were brought up on commentary as you were part of the show, even the timekeeper. Like there was an element to that. And eventually it felt like they just stopped saying your names on
Mhm.
purpose, maybe because it was a distraction from the superstars in the ring. Did you notice that transition from, hey, I'm being talked about to just do your job and count to three?
Now that happened after I was gone from WWE.
Okay.
So
2009.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So watching it, and then all of a sudden, I notice anyways, little things like that where,
Yeah.
hey, they're not mentioning the referees, they're not even kind of alluding to them. Just, oh, there's a you know distraction of the ref,
Right,
kind of
right,
like,
right, right, right.
and not naming them, and I was like, that's a little bit of a disservice. I mean, even in all sports, whether you watch hockey, you watch basketball, UFC, any contact sport, Big John McCarthy and Herb Dean and stuff like that, from the UFC, and whatever sport you're a fan of, you know, they name referees,
Yeah.
and usually the problem is they would get heat because they're no, always point the finger at the striped shirt guy.
Of
But
course.
maybe that was the idea behind it. I don't know, but at least it's coming back now, where they are mentioning the referees.